Most of the time we do struggle with fear, and we have different fears. And actually, fear and doubt are two things that really hold us back most of the time. And if you really examine the whole thing when it comes to fear, or you examine fear, like these are just these imaginary situations or scenarios that we create in our minds on what could possibly go wrong, and like we tend to overthink. And one thing that I found out that actually beats fear is taking action. So immediately you feel afraid, that is the moment you need to take action, because action dispels fear. When you take action, fear goes away, right? Because the moment you stay there and you're overthinking, and you start overthinking, you find yourself like creating these unreal situations. So if you have whatever it is you're afraid of, is it speaking to people, go up there on the stage, speak, mess up, and learn. And again, I think to combine with fear, one of the things that I think we are afraid of is the perception of other people towards us, right? That if I go there and I make this horrible speech, what will people think? And one thing that I came to realize is that every successful person has had to struggle with fear, and they've had to overcome it. So no great person will turn you down or is going to criticize you so harshly, because they understand the struggle. They've struggled with fear and doubt, and so when they find you taking action, no matter how messy or clumsy you look, they are going to support you. They are going to say, yeah, that was horrible, yes, but this is what you can do to improve, right? So don't be afraid of what people will say. It's very important. People will always speak, and you do not have control on the words and the perception they are going to have on you. But the most important thing is to learn from everyone, from the critics, from the people who give you positive feedback. Learn from everyone, right? And again, to add on one last thing, that what is the worst thing that would happen if you did what you wanted to do? What is the worst case scenario? Try to imagine that. Is it something that you can live with, or is it, the problem is living regrets. Let me just sum it up as regrets, right? I'd rather take action and be embarrassed that I took that action and I failed or I messed up, right? Rather than having to live with what if or what could have been, right? Had I taken that opportunity, like what could have happened? Things would have changed, but I never did it. It's like a situation where you have this idea, and or you have an answer. Like, let me paint a picture. You are in class, a teacher asks a question, and you know the answer, but you're so full of doubt and so full of fear, and someone answers or gives the correct answer, and so that was the answer. All, like, you knew it, you knew the answer, but you are not so sure. You're not you are so in doubt of yourself. So we struggle with that. And I think if we look at all those aspects, right, don't care what people say most of the time. Like, look at it from a point of feedback and wanting to learn. And again, imagining like the worst case scenario, understanding that people do fail, right? Those are very, very important aspects. And again, above everything else, whenever you feel afraid, take action.